Hey everyone, so today I am leaving the town of Chandigarh and I will be taking a series of trains north to a town called Shimla, which is in the Himalayan mountains. Apparently this town is only about 60 miles away, I think, but it'll take like all day to get there. I'm walking to the train station and there's a cow in my way. Hopefully he gets out of my way. I've been seeing a lot of cows in India, and every time I come across one, I get the sense that they have no idea how many hamburgers I've ever eaten. I am now waiting at the train station, and I am going to go to a town called Kalka. That is only about 30 minutes from here, and then I'll be there for, I don't know, maybe less than an hour before the next train, which is up to Shimla. And so that's going up a train called the toy train, which is like this like kind of tacky but like also adorable train that goes like 2 miles an hour up a mountain. And it takes like 5 hours, but it should be fun. So let's see if it is. Well, I made it onto the train and it's surprisingly empty. There are plenty of open seats around here, which is not something that I saw when coming out from Delhi. Made it to the small town of Kalka. I got about half an hour to kill before the train to Shimla. So I'm gonna get some steps in. Gotta get those 10,000. All right, I got myself some mango juice and some cookies. So hopefully that lasts me for whatever it is, 5 hours, something like that. Here is the toy train that I will be riding up to Shimla. Just from the outside, it looks adorable. Can't wait to ride it. This is the train car that I will be going up the Himalayas in. Apparently we're taking like a 5-minute stop to stretch our legs, but yeah, we're about halfway through the journey and we've maybe gone like 10 miles, something like that. It's a pretty slow train. Finally made it to the mountain town of Shimla, and yeah, that was a very long ride. It's near the end of the day, but that was probably my favorite train ride I've ever taken. It was like riding on a model train. I think that's why they call it the toy train. But yeah, so I'll explore Shimla mostly tomorrow. I'm just gonna walk to my Airbnb tonight. So far I'm digging this town. Seems to have a lot of monkeys. That was pretty cool. The place I'm staying is only about a mile from the train station, but it's a pretty rough mile because of all the hills that there are around here. This town is basically one big hill, so I imagine that everyone here has pretty strong calves. So this is where I'll be staying for the next 2 nights. And then Over here is the view that I have. Last night I was told that the tap water is actually safe to drink here, but I don't trust it. I want to continue my streak of not shitting my pants. Shimla is the biggest city and capital of Himachal Pradesh. That's the state that I'm currently in. And even though this is the biggest city here, honestly, it feels like a small town. This feels completely different from the India that I was in just yesterday. I'm already winded. I'm taking my first of many rests for today. And usually when I pay attention to the health app on my phone, I usually just pay attention to the, what's it called, the steps. But I think I'm going to start paying attention to the floor, or floors climbed. I think my previous record was 150 or something like that. That's when I was in Kazakhstan and climbing up a mountain, but we'll see if this passes it. I'm pleasantly surprised by how walkable this city seems to be, hills notwithstanding. These monkeys are picking grass. I don't know if it's food or if it's for a nest or something, but even that small one is involved. By the way, I'm the only one who seems to be interested in these monkeys. To everyone else here, they're like pigeons. I'm climbing up a mountain. Some guy just warned me that monkeys snatch glasses. I knew that monkeys snatch food. Ooh, that sounded like a monkey. Oh shit, I better get out of here. All right, so I took off my glasses so the monkeys don't steal them. Climbing up a mountain. I checked my phone. I'm already at 70 floors climbed for today. Seems a bit high, but I don't know. I can believe it. Taking a little rest. I really hope I don't get attacked by monkeys. That would be a pain in the ass. Plus, they're like my 5th favorite animal. I don't want to start hating them. Made it to the top of the mountain. This is honestly one of my favorite statues I've ever seen. Maybe my favorite. I know that China is known as like the authoritarian country, but India has its ways. A lot of the roads in this town double as hiking trails, and luckily they're very quiet. There's like one major highway that goes through the city, and pretty much all the other roads are not really used that much. This dog knows that I have food on me, so he's been following me for the past like half mile or so. Walking around town a bit more. There aren't like a huge number of people here, but there are just enough people that I can't really find anywhere to pee in public. Shimla is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. I'm walking now through the center of town. It's a place called the Mall, but despite its name, it is not a mall at all. I checked the map. There are 2 Domino's pizzas around here. Over there in the distance, you can see that one statue that I walked up to earlier today. I just spent the last 10-15 minutes watching those monkeys, and yeah, they like to scratch each other's backs a lot. Some guy asked me where I was from. I told him Chicago. He said that he hasn't been to Chicago, but he's seen it on TV, and he thinks that it looks beautiful. And I had to break it to him that Chicago sucks. Because of how mountainous the city is, all of its neighborhoods are kind of far away from each other. And so because of that, they built these really nice walkways that let you get from one to the other without much of a hassle. I'm pretty sure these are different species of monkeys from what's on the other side of town. All right, so that monkey didn't want me filming him because right after I filmed him, he came up to me and grabbed my foot. But fortunately, all I took was, hey, stop. And then he stopped. To me, monkeys are proof that personality matters a lot. If they just sat around and did nothing like pandas, I don't think I would care for them. But because they go up to people and steal their cigarettes, I fucking love monkeys. Before I wrap it up for the evening, here's what Shimla's bazaar looks like. The bazaar is a market. That monkey just went inside that window. As far as markets go, this place is pretty chill. I haven't had anybody yell at me to buy their stuff. I just walked alone past a group of menacing-looking monkeys. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't completely scared shitless. I'm back in my Airbnb for the night. Yeah, I think Shimla is my new favorite city. I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun today. I saw a monkey fight a cleaning lady. I climbed 142 flights of stairs, according to my iPhone. Those were the two main things from today, looking back on it. Today's gonna be a long-ish day of travel. I'm going from Shimla first to Solon, and then to another town called Nahan. Now, to be honest, I don't know if buses go out there, or if I'll have to find a taxi, or if I'll have to hitchhike. Either way, I booked a room for Nahan, so that's where I'm hoping to end up by the end of today. My main concern with today, ooh, hey, here's a monkey. My main concern with today is the roads, because apparently the roads around the Himalayan mountains are very dangerous. A bunch of people die on them. And I did some Google mapping, and it looks like the roads that I'll be taking should be fine, but yeah, we'll see if that's the case. Made it to the bus station. It is shockingly dark in here. Apparently my tickets are on the first floor, or as Americans call it, the second floor. I prefer to call it the second floor. Alright, it only took about 2 minutes to find this bus, and it's already leaving, so it's pretty good luck. Made it to Solon. Honestly, the bus ride was pretty good. The only complaint I had was some dickhead was playing loud music from his phone. It wasn't even good music. Before I take the next bus, I'm gonna walk around town just a little bit. This town seems a lot like Shimla, except a little smaller. Unfortunately, this town doesn't seem to be as walkable as Shimla was, but the good news is that it's still got the views. The town that I'm staying at tonight is about 2 hours from here, and it's a very small town. So I'm hoping that there are buses there, so I'll have to check with the bus station pretty soon. But if that's not the case, I'll have to improvise. Stray puppy is so cute. I'm at the bus station. Apparently there's a bus going to Nahan soon, so won't have to wait too long for it. But yeah, I chose this town out kind of randomly, and it turns out that it's a pretty big yoga town. When I told someone that I was going there, they said, "Oh, you should try out the yoga thing," and I was like, "Yeah, sure," but I'm not going to try it out. Taking a quick rest stop at this random town. I think this is the entire town. Finally made it to Nahan after a long day on the bus. I can see why a lot of people die on those roads. Also, my ass is sweaty. I've been impressed with India's public transportation. I've heard sketchy things about it and thought that it might be unreliable, but this whole time, everything's been on time, or at least mostly on time. And there are frequent options, so you don't have to wait around for long. This is the view that I have from the rooftop of my hotel. Since there's daylight, I'll probably explore town a little bit and get some food. This is another mountain town where all the streets are kind of just one big maze, which on one hand makes it confusing to go around, but on the other hand, it's a lot more fun to explore. At this point, I'm used to people asking for selfies, but a couple minutes ago, some girl just whipped out her phone and took a picture of me. I think that's the first time anyone's ever done that.
जेब के लिए कहीं ना कहीं ये एक अच्छा मौका होता है कि बाद में अच्छे खासे रन यहाँ पर निकाले जाए। जी हाँ, बिल्कुल बची हुई 4 गेंदों में चाहेगा यहाँ पर युवराज की 1 या 2 बड़ा शॉट जरूर निकले। यदि 10 रन और आ जाते हैं तो थोड़ा सा जो रन रेट है बिल्कुल मेंटेन हो जाएगा, और जिस प्रकार की जो रन रेट यहाँ पर चाहिए वो बिल्कुल लाइन में आ जाएगी एकदम। और इसी में सुनील चले एक बार फिर से सीधी सुंदर शॉट सीधे बल्ले से।
Man, of all the games of cricket I've ever seen, that was the only one. I'm about to eat dinner, and this good little boy came up to me. I've got to say, I really like Nahan. I picked this town out as a place to stay because it's kind of halfway between other places I was planning on going to. But yeah, chalk one up to picking stuff at random and being pleasantly surprised. I'm off to the bus stop now. I'm going to be going to a city called Dehradun. And yeah, it won't be as long on the bus as it was yesterday. I think it's like only 2 hours and not really any windy hills. So yeah, today will be better. I showed up to the bus station, and within like 2 minutes, the bus showed up. So got to give it to India's bus system. City. With any luck, that'll be the last bus I'll have to take on this trip. This is why you can't go walking around distracted on your phone here. I've been seeing a lot of this version of the Indian flag. It has a hand on it. I'll look it up later to see what it means. Honest to God, I was prepared for the craziness of Delhi, but I wasn't prepared for the craziness of the city. Dehradun is a city that's based on the foothills of the Himalayas. There's supposed to be a lot of nice hiking nearby. As far as the city itself goes, well, I'll give it a chance. Here we got a clock tower. The city's got one of those. Well, there's a bunch of traffic around it. I found this city park to walk around in. It's named after Gandhi. It's called Gandhi Park. Honestly, this park is beautiful. I guess I shouldn't judge a city before I see its parks. At the center of this park, there's a separate botanical garden, which seems to be closed off. I don't know. I saw a sign that I couldn't read, and it was telling me probably not to enter. That tree over there is very bent. Don't worry, buddy. Me too. Made it back to my Airbnb. This is where I'll be staying for the next 2 nights. Got a beautiful view of the city from the rooftop. I dare you GeoGuessr nerds to figure out where in the city I am. This has been a rough city to play Pokemon Go in. I took a tuk-tuk to my first stop of the day. It's a place called Robber's Cave. I don't know anything about it. I just Googled things to see in town. That was one of the first things that came up. Here's the entrance of the cave. This is what Robber's Cave looks like from the outside. There's a creek going through this cave. So in order to walk through it, I needed to rent these flip-flops. Luckily the water's not too bad, but it is water. I just saw a monkey drop some shit from the top of this cave onto someone. Monkeys are very funny animals. We got a Pepsi advertisement in the middle of this cave system. Shout out to Pepsi. This pathway that we're expected to go on is pretty fucking crazy. I've slipped and fallen and cut my knee on less, so I don't know how much more I want to keep going into this. That's as far as I'll go. I was getting PTSD from the last time I fell, so I didn't want to recreate that. I was thinking of taking a day trip to a nearby town called Mussoorie. Apparently it's a popular tourist destination. It's like an hour away from here, I think. But it does look a lot like the other towns that I've been visiting over the past several days. And I kind of don't want to spend any more time in transit than I have to. So I'm gonna check out some of the trails that are around here. Couldn't help but notice that the dogs bark at me and nobody else around here. The dogs are fucking racist. I was walking along the side of the road, saw these guys. What's up? All right, so I walked over here to the outskirts of town because I saw on the map that there was one of those like hiking icons. But unfortunately, there's not a trail around here. Google Maps lied to me for the last time. Anyway, gonna try to find another place where there might be a trail. Can't stay mad at him. Look at the little guy. Geographically, this area is known as the Dune Valley. That's where Dehradun gets its name from. And then over there you can see the Himalayan mountains just like a mile or two away. I admit that strolling through the countryside wasn't the adventure I planned for today, but I'll take it. I stopped for some tea. I did find a trail online that's maybe about a mile from here. It seems like a good overlook over the city. Also, those dogs have been barking at me the whole time. almost at the start of the trail. Already have a hell of a view. Also, some guy just came up to me and offered me a bag. Not sure why. Wasn't expecting to find the chill guy here, or Bart Simpson. Those guys show up everywhere. A little bit about this trail. It's called Kipling's Trail. Used to be the main road between Missouri and Dehradun. And then a little while back they made another road that's supposed to be better. So this has just been repurposed as a hiking trail. Now, it's supposed to be steep as fuck. And I've already walked around 8 miles today so far. So who knows how much of this I'm gonna hike. But, I mean, I really love this view. So hopefully I'll have the energy for a bit more. I've noticed that around here there are a lot of cactuses. I'm a little confused by that because this is definitely not a desert climate. If someone can please explain to me why there are cactuses here, I would appreciate it. I found somewhere to sit, so I've just been watching this for the past 10 minutes. This view never gets old. I spent about 20 minutes just sitting at that one spot. The next time you travel, do yourself a favor and don't have much of an itinerary. Also, this view is great too. I still haven't seen any other hikers on this trail. Every 5 minutes or so, a motorcyclist comes by, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going until I run out of water, which will be pretty soon. Just drank the last of my water. Starting to head back. I wish I could do more of this trail, but I don't want to be one of those idiots who goes missing in nature. I make fun of those people and then I potentially become one of them. I want to continue making fun of them. Earlier I was looking up this city on Wikipedia. Apparently it has about 1 million people, and it's only the 79th largest city in India. That's how fucking large India is. There's some people who do those multi-day hikes in countries like Nepal and Peru. And to be honest, I don't have the balls to do that, at least not yet. I like having my white noise machine to help me sleep. Plus, it feels like this is adventurous enough. These sorts of half-day hikes kind of make me feel like I've hiked enough. One reason why I chose to go to India instead of Nepal was because Nepal's government recently made it illegal to hike on your own for a lot of their trails. You have to have a guide with you, which kind of defeats the purpose of that sort of adventure. It's like saying, oh, you can have sex with this really hot woman, but only if her brother watches. Actually, come to think of it, that'd still be cool. Made it back to town, which is good because it's starting to rain. I should probably pay attention to those forecasts. The rain passed pretty quickly, so now I'm back in Gandhi Park. This is probably my favorite part of the city, or at least the part of the city that's not the mountains. Guess I should start heading back. Gotta wake up kind of early tomorrow for a train. Impossible to believe this isn't one of India's 78 biggest cities. I'm thankful for every moment of my life where a motorcycle doesn't run into me. It's now 7 a.m. and I am going to the train station. My goal today is to go to Rishikesh, which is supposed to be a very nice city. But on the way there, I'm going to stop at Haridwar, which is also supposed to be nice. I know nothing else about it other than it's on the Ganges. I'm at Haridwar now, and yeah, I was reading up on it. Turns out that this is a pretty big pilgrimage site. It's a very spiritual city, apparently, and it's also very old. So, time to check it out. The city runs parallel to the Ganges River, which you can see right over here. Also, I gotta be really careful about where I film because there are plenty of naked people around here. I almost missed out on all this fun. My original plan was just to go straight to Rishikesh. If you're looking for a way to come out of your shell, boy, have I got a city for you. A lot of people like to swim in the Ganges. Too bad I didn't bring my bathing suit. There's a temple up ahead, and it has a line for it that it just goes on for blocks. Trust me, it goes on way beyond this. This seems to be the entrance to the temple, and that's also about as far as I'll go. They say you discover yourself while you travel. I didn't realize I was claustrophobic until just today. Alright, so I just made it onto the train that goes to Rishikesh. I had to run just to make sure I got it. Just arrived in the city of Rishikesh. This is where I'll be staying for the next 2 nights. This is another city that's in the foothills of the Himalayas, so should be more hiking for me. From what I can tell, this is a seasonal river. At least I hope so. I hope it's not just a drought. Also, there's a cow ahead of me. Better avoid it. As I said earlier, Rishikesh is another city where you can enjoy the Ganges River. But this time, you don't have to worry so much about being crushed to death. I imagine the odds of being crushed to death here aren't 0, but they're a lot closer to 0 than in the last city. Rishikesh has this very long river walk that borders the Ganges. And so far I'm digging it. I'll come back to it tomorrow when I have more time. I guess my only complaint about it is that I've already had 2 children try to bully me into buying flowers, but I don't give in to peer pressure. This is the view that I have from the top of my Airbnb. This town's actually pretty touristy. It's because it's, kind of the meditation capital of the world. And, so that brings in all the white people. Bad news. Looks like it's going to be raining on and off today. I'm going to see how much hiking I can do in it, but if I can't, then I will probably just do other stuff. I've seen a number of art pieces that are made out of plastic bottles that are collected. I kind of like them. They're neat. The rain's cleared up a bit, at least for now. So if it continues to stay clear, I'm going to check out a trail nearby It's called, I think it's just called the Secret Trail, and it's not very secret because you can find it online. It's hard to understate just how much yoga is going on in this town. All right, I've made it up a good part of the trail already, and it's starting to rain, but I noticed that there's a cafe here, so I'm gonna chill out here, wait for this rain to pass, hopefully. Never mind that plan. Turns out that the cafe's closed, so I guess I'll just walk in the rain. Here's the waterfall that this trail is named after. This is the Secret Waterfall. Meanwhile, there are like 20 people here. Luckily, the rain still isn't too bad. And also, luckily, there are cafes every like few hundred feet on this trail. So in case it does get bad, I have somewhere to run off and drink some masala tea. It's really good, by the way. You should try it. Well, I have a bit of a dilemma. I'm nearly at the end of the trail, and I've come across this. So the question is, do I want to risk getting very wet to be a completionist? And I'm still thinking about it. Well, I've thought about it, and I don't think I want to go through with it. But at the very least, I get to enjoy this view before turning back. This is what it looks like from about as far as I got into the trail. As you can see, it's starting to rain a bit more, so I should hurry back. I've enjoyed this trail. Not as much as the one that I did the other day, but this was still nice. If the one from the other day was like a 10, this one's maybe like a 7. The trash cans here are very slutty. I was just approached by some Indian YouTubers, and they told me some swear words to repeat. Like a banchode. That means motherfucker, apparently. Poor guy doesn't know that he's on the menu. So Rishikesh was the place in India where the Beatles went. And yeah, they're really cashing in on it here. He's making cute little monkey noises. Someone gave him bananas. Oh, that's so cute. I fucking love monkeys. Just spent the last hour or so at some random cafe. Now I'm walking off to another trail that I just discovered. Should be only like a mile or here from here or so. Coming up on some monkeys. I hope these monkeys are chill. They seem to be. On second thought, I think I'm going to turn around. It looks like it's going to rain, and it's already kind of late in the day, and there's other stuff to see that's closer to the city center. I found this cozy little corner in the woods, but unfortunately I should start heading back because it's actually raining now. For some reason, nobody's ever made a Pokemon Go route along this river, or at least not here. And that's kind of shocking because I've noticed that there are a lot of Pokemon Go players in India. So I'm creating one right now. You're welcome, India. Shit, looks like I'm trapped. Well, as long as I'm trapped in my Airbnb by that brick truck, I'll explain what's going on. So it's Friday. My flight leaves from Delhi at Sunday morning at like 3 a.m. So I have like just under 2 days to get back there and fly out. I don't expect a lot of that to be very interesting. And I'm going to take a train out of town from Rishikesh later on this afternoon at like 12:30. But it's like raining kind of heavily right now, so I'll probably just hang out in like a cafe until the rain clears. And then, yeah, the rest of the trip's going to be kind of boring. So I'll maybe film something at Delhi, but for now, bye. Well, I'm back in Delhi. I'm currently in a place called the Red Fort, and I think I'll be here for the next couple of hours until I head over to the airport. So yeah, last night I stopped at a town about halfway between Rishikesh and Delhi, and that place kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. But as a whole, my experience in India has been amazing. I love it here. I'll probably come back someday. The people are very friendly and nice and helpful, at least most of them. And yeah, the landscapes are amazing. I love pretty much everything about it here. But at the same time, I can't wait to get back home and shop at Walmart. See ya.